Let's do the basic angle properties. When I'm talking about an angle, it means anything that is on a straight line or on a triangle. Now let's talk about our basic angle properties. Angles that meet at a point, it adds up to 360 degree. I know that an entire circle, the measure of an entire circle is 360 degree. So angles that meet up at a point. When I say the angles that meet up at a point, that means from this point, if there is an entire rotation, it would end up to 360 degree. So if I have a point over here, okay, and I have angles. So this angle A, this angle B, this angle C, and this angle D would all total up to 360 degree. That means angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D all will total up to 360 degree. So that is the reason we say that angles that meet at a point, they total up to 360 degree. So this angle 1, 2, 3 and 4, they all will total up to 360 degree. Another thing you should know that angles meet at a point on a straight line add up to 180 degree. Now if I have a straight line, say this is an example of a straight line, okay, and there is a separation over here. So what is inside the figure is called the interior angle. What is outside the figure is called an exterior angle. And angles that meet at a straight line, that means this angle, which is angle A, and this angle, which is angle B. So I would say angle A plus angle B would sum up to 180 degree. So that means if I have a line, a straight line, okay, and there is a point over here, so any angle, this angle plus this angle would be 180 degree. That is a semicircle. And this angle plus this angle or this entire thing would be 180 degree. So it means the same thing that angle at a point is 360 degree. Angle at a straight line, these two angles sum up to 180 degree. So now if you see over here, this is a straight line. How many angles do we have? We have this angle and this angle, that is 2 and 3. The sum of this both would be 180 degree. The sum of this both would be 180 degree. So we learned two properties up till now. What are the two properties that we have learned? Angle at a point, full thing is 360 degree. Straight line, this angle plus this angle, 180 degree. Straight line, this angle plus this angle, how much? 180 degree. Now we talk about another property which is called the vertically opposite angles. I'm repeating, it is called the vertically opposite angles. So when I'm talking about vertically opposite angles, if you see this angle that is marked in yellow, they are vertically opposite angles. So whenever I have two lines, and I'm saying that these two lines intersect each other. Intersect, that means they join each other. So whenever I have two lines and these two lines join each other, or I would say these two lines intersect each other, two lines join each other, or two lines intersect each other, then the angles that are formed are called vertically opposite angles, VOA. Vertically opposite angles at intersecting lines. So I have two lines that intersect each other. We have angle pairs, vertically opposite angle, either this and this or this and this. Vertically opposite angles are always equal. Okay, so if angle, this one is 130 degree, angle A, So angle B would also be 130 degree. So we've learned three properties. What are the three properties that we've learned? Angle at point. What is the angle at point equal to? 360 degree. Straight line adding up to 180 degree. And the third, vertically opposite angles are always equal. Now let's talk about angle properties with triangle. Say for example, I have a triangle and my triangle is the measure ABC. So if I have a triangle and my triangle has a measure of ABC, triangle ABC, A, B and C. So triangles, the interior angles, that means inside the figure, these are three interior angles of the triangle. They add and they sum up to become how much? 180 degree. So I would say three interior angles sum up together to form 180 degree. Interior angles are angles that are inside the triangle. So I would say angle A plus angle B plus angle C, it is 180 degree. Can you spot the exterior angles of this triangle? You can pause the video and spot the exterior angles yourself. So if I'm taking this would be the exterior angle. If I'm taking over here, this would be the exterior angle of angle A. This would be the exterior angle over here too. Let's take the exterior angle over here. This is interior, this is exterior, number 3. This is interior. This is exterior, number 4. This is interior. This is exterior, number 5. So we have these exterior angles. You should understand the concept of exterior angles properly. Okay. Now, if the triangle is an isosceles triangle, so do you know what is an isosceles triangle? Isosceles triangle is that triangle whose sides are equal. So if this is a triangle, if these two sides are equal, so it's an isosceles triangle. And the property of isosceles triangle is that its base angles are equal. Base angles of isosceles triangle are equal. So this is an isosceles triangle ABC. The two sides are equal. Two bases are equal. Two sides are equal. Two bases are equal. Isosceles triangle. Okay. These two angles will be whatever will be the degree of this will be the degree of this, and sum of all this will be 180 degree. If triangle is an equilateral triangle, what is an equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle is that triangle whose all sides are equal. All sides are equal and all the angles will also be equal, and each angle would be 60 degrees. For equilateral triangle, each angle would be 60 degrees and the sum of all of this would be 180 degree. So when you talk about equilateral triangle, a triangle whose all sides are equal, all angles are equal. So equilateral triangle, triangles having all sides equal. Now let's go ahead. Angle properties, you've learned sum of all angles in a triangle is 180. Isosceles triangle, if two sides are equal, base angles would be equal. And an equilateral triangle, you have all sides equal and the sum of each angle would be 60 degree. Now let's talk about the angle properties of a quadrilateral. Okay. The four interior angles of a quadrilateral. What is a quadrilateral? A figure that has 4 points. So anything that joins up with 4 points becomes a quadrilateral, whether it is a square, it can be a square, it can be a rectangle, it can be a rhombus, it can be a parallelogram. So anything that adds up to 2 points is a quadrilateral. And what is the property of the quadrilateral? The property of quadrilateral is that if I add all the angles, 1, 2, 3, and the sum of all these angles becomes 360 degree. The sum of all these angles become how many degree? It becomes 360 degree. Sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. But if it's for a square or a rectangle, every angle will be 90 degree. Okay. Now for a parallelogram or a rhombus, what does a parallelogram look like? This is a parallelogram. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral between two parallel lines. What do I say? Quadrilateral between two parallel lines. That means these are the parallel lines of a parallelogram. So anything that forms between two parallel lines. What are parallel lines? Lines that go in the same direction but never meet each other. So if I have a parallelogram, okay, so what is the property of a parallelogram? Opposite angles are equal. So the parallelogram is A, B, C, and D. Angle A would be equal to angle C. Angle B would be equal to angle D. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Like now talk about a kite. You know a kite. If you have a kite, only one pair of opposite angles would be equal. Only one pair of opposite angles. So you need to keep this in mind. Okay, now let's take a question and let's see how we do it. The diagram is formed by three single lines. I have three single lines, straight lines, 1, 2, and 3. Find the value of x. I need to find value of x. You have to use the properties of straight line, vertically opposite angles, and angles of a triangle. You need to know clearly what property you are using. Okay, I'll keep the calculator in the side so that it becomes easier for us to calculate. Now here is our figure. You see this angle, vertically opposite angle, so this is 60. You know, straight line, total will be how much? Total will be 180. This is 130, so how much will this be? It will be 180 minus 130. So this would be 50. So this will be 50. Now I also know that this plus this plus this is how much? 180. So from 180, if I minus 60 and I minus 50, what will I get? I will get 70. So angle x or the value of my x is 70. I'll give you another sum where I want you to try. You can pause the video and try and find the value of x for me. So since you've tried, let's see. Vertically opposite, so this would be 60. Angles in a straight line 180. This is 140, so this will be 40. And all these three add together 1, 2, and 3, 180. This is 100, so this would be 80. I hope you have tried. Now try this sum, pause the video and try. 40 and 40, 180. 180 minus 165, so this is 15. So 40 plus 15 is 55. 180 minus 55 would give you 40, 145 degree. So the formation of this is wrong, but you should look at the calculations.